first off, the result last night, I mentioned to Colin there, I mean, like, you're on a run of 4 straight defeats. Is it a case of getting that point now and ending that unbeat or that winless run has kind of gotten the monkey off your back a bit, do you think?
Yeah, of course. Like, that 4-game unbeat run, as I said in a previous interview there, where Colm O'Sullivan just wasn't good enough, from us as players, and obviously with the size of the club, that couldn't continue. And I think last Friday night, getting that point back on the board there will up our confidence again going into Friday night, and hopefully we can turn that to 3 points this Friday.
And as a squad, were you feeling pressure going into that game last Friday night?
I think you always feel pressure anyways. I mean, we're probably playing, well, for me anyways, we're playing for the biggest club in Ireland, still. So I think going out Friday night, it wasn't a case of pressure we needed to get points on the board, but I think it was just pressure that we need to put in a good performance, and for ourselves and for the fans as well.
For yourself, Gordon, you started the season very well against Cove Ramblers, and then you were dropped to the bench for the next couple of games. Was that frustrating? Was it just a case of waiting for a chance to get back in the team?
Yeah, sure. I knew that before I signed here. I wouldn't get in straight away, but I knew once I got a chance, I would try and do my best to keep the jersey. And obviously, it's frustrating when you're watching on and you feel maybe you could influence it a bit better. But I think last Friday night I just tried to, I suppose, prove a point to myself as well as the manager that I want to be in the starting 11 every week.
There's a number of players, I suppose, in contention for that right back position, which I suppose is a good thing, as competition's a healthy thing.
Yeah, there's actually a few of us, in fairness, and they're all quality players, and I think you need that anyway as a player to, I suppose, if you're pushing someone, he's pushing you, and that's the only way we're going to improve, really,
And what has last Friday's result done now for confidence, and how are you feeling heading into Friday's game?
I suppose after the 4 defeats, getting that point is huge for confidence as well, because confidence probably was a bit low going into it. But I think coming out of it, I think a lot of lads were impressed the way we defended and went forward as well. And I think there was just a bit more belief in us as well, and you can see that in training the last 2 days. Training's been good so far, and we're looking forward to Friday night as well.
Gordon, how important was it to stop that losing streak on Friday, do you think, amongst the group, to get a clean sheet and stop that losing streak?
I think obviously it was very important. We couldn't really go another one, but I think the clean sheet said a lot for us anyways, because I think we probably were conceding maybe some sloppy goals, and I think that could be down to a bit of luck as well. I know last Friday night Ronan clears one at the 90th minute, but I think maybe luck is changing a bit our way as well. I think maybe in recent weeks that might just fly in, but I think it was definitely coming for us where our luck was going to change, and getting that clean sheet was huge as well as another point on the board. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough place to go, usually Bray. So in that respect, were you happy with your performance on Friday night, Gordon?
Yeah, I guess I was. I like to go forward and I like to put in challenges and stuff like that as a defender. So for me, I think I got a bit of ball, and there was a bit of space came out the right, and when I got it I tried to go forward, and when players were coming at me I tried to defend, and I suppose I just tried my best. I said it before, whenever I get a chance to put on the jersey, I'm going to try and keep it.
Yeah, obviously Gordon, with just one win so far, of the 6 matches, second bottom, it's hurting Cork fellas like you in that dressing room. With the proud tradition we talked about there, will go Cork City being a big club in League of Ireland, obviously hurting fellas like you in that dressing room.
Yeah, it does hurt, and it's not just me. I mean, I think it hurts everyone. Even the lads that come over here, they're not just over here to bide their time. They want to do well for the club. And losing games is never easy. I mean, you build all week for the game, and then you come out and it's kind of like you're back to starting point again, or and you're thinking, oh, will this happen again? But I think the 4 maybe did shatter a bit of confidence, but I think last Friday night now, the draw, and on top of that we got a point, and then the clean sheet as well, I think it will boost our confidence going into Friday night.
Yeah, to get the win obviously will be huge, and on Friday at Gordon, you won't get a better chance probably against the side, low in confidence, no wins in 6 and minus 13 goals, so I don't get a better chance to get another win under your belt.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't really read into that. We're still going to approach the game the same way as if Wexford were top of the league. We're just going to go in, thinking that we can get the 3 points here, and let's hope for a good performance from us.
Do you think it's going to be a sticky kind of game again? As Colin was saying earlier, like there's no easy game in the division, I suppose.
Yeah, I was just about to say that there's never going to be an easy game in the division where I think you can turn around and say, oh, this is a banker of 3 points here. I think every team will put it up to each other. It's quite a competitive league. It's probably the most competitive first division I've seen in a long time. So no, there's never a game really we're going in saying, yeah, this is definite 3 points. It's the same approach with every game, that if we work hard enough and we do the simple things right, we have enough. I believe we have enough ability to get the 3 points.
Do you feel that Friday, unless a victory, it would kind of cancel out last week's good result if you don't get a win this week?
I wouldn't say it cancels it out. I mean, we want to go in Friday, obviously, and win the game. But I wouldn't say it cancels it out. We grafted really, really hard last week, and we have come from that 4 defeats in a row. So putting points on the board right now is the main thing. But I think for us, it's a good performance is what we need. And as I said to Trevor there, a good performance from this team. I think we are capable of getting 3 points off not just Wexford, but I think everyone in the league.
I think from your own performance, it was very pleasing to see on the team sheet again. Were you nervous before the game, knowing that you played well against Cove and come out of the team and thinking to yourself, what can I do to stay in this team now?
I think I was probably more nervous playing against Cove because it was my first game, and obviously putting on the shirt for Cork City and Turner's Cross, and I kind of only got the shout late that week that I was going to be in. But I think after being out for the last 4 weeks, I kind of had, I don't know, a bit of fire in my belly going into Friday night, because I kind of looked at that situation and I said, maybe I don't want to be on the bench for the next 4 weeks, and I just tried to do what I could when I got the ball and try and influence the game as much as I can when it came out my side, or whether I was defending or not. But I wouldn't say I was nervous, but I was just looking forward to it the minute I got the nod.
You mentioned that just maybe a feeling towards that Bray game kind of looked like be changing a small bit. Is there a feeling maybe after the losing run that if you can just get that win, if you can win one game, you could do it in 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're only kind of maybe one good night away from really turning the season around?
Oh, definitely, and that's it. I think you just said it in a nutshell there. I think if one win starts, I think the confidence builds again, especially after last week, because as I said last weekend, I think Bray will be up there come the end of the season. They're one really strong side, and I think we'll take a lot of confidence from that game into next Friday night. Yes, we need to score goals, of course, goals win matches, but like that, I think once one goal goes in or one win happens, I think we will bit of effect afterwards, and it will continue.
And nice to maybe be back in Turner's Cross for that match when they're trying to kind of get the team up and running again after a good result in Bray.
Sorry?
Good to be back in Turner's Cross and after a good away result. Now you're at home to try and build on for it.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It's obviously great to be back in Turner's Cross, but again, it doesn't matter where we're playing, we're still going to approach the game as if we can get the 3 points here, whether it was UCD or Galway or whoever, next week. We're still going to go in with the same approach that we can win the match.
Kind of established yourself very quickly as a bit of a fan's favourite, and the step up you've made from Munster Senior League to the First Division seemed to have taken in your stride. Could you just maybe give us a quick insight into how you would compare both the First Division versus the Munster Senior League? Have you found this in a much higher standard, or are they pretty similar, or how would you view it?
It's different. When I was 17, I played with Cove, and I probably played a few senior games there when I was really young, and I was kind of thrown into a team that were in and around the playoffs at the time. Went on a very good cup run, and we got to the EA Sports Cup final after beating Dundalk as well, and we started all those games in front of 2,000-3,000 people, and for me I think that's kind of stood to me a bit since then. And obviously that was physical football at the time for me. I was only 17, 18, but I chose obviously to go to the UCC then, and I think being around adult football there influenced that a bit more as well and helped me improve coming here. But the standard in First division compared to the Munster League, it's probably the same physicality wise. Yeah, you get some better players in the first division. Obviously, they're just quicker and they think faster when they're on the ball and kind of have a picture of what they're going to do. But yeah, if I was compared to the Munster League, I would say it's just as physical, but there's probably more technically better players in the first division.
Okay, very good. And just from your own point of view then, Gordon, do you see yourself purely as a right back these days, or do you feel you could do a job in, say, on the right hand side of midfield and further forward if required?
No, I'd never say myself as a right midfielder. I'd say my old position is centre back. Played centre back the whole way up, really. Played with Carrigaline and Cork C17s, Cove, and then I played with Cove Seniors, obviously a centre half. I would actually say I'm probably more comfortable there, but I feel right now as a right back I'm liking it.